Here we have 17 verses in the Bible that God resurrected Jesus from the dead. One more time. God resurrected Jesus. You can actually make a copy, screenshot, and go over all of these verses. 17 verses. You might reject a couple of them if they're not clear, but it's over 10 verses in your holy book that clearly state that God resurrected Jesus from the dead. In the book of Hebrews, Jesus cries and screams to God to be saved. And he is heard because of his devotion. So where do you get this idea that Jesus had the power to resurrect himself? Maybe from the fake book of John, but even in John, Jesus does it because of the commandment that God gave to him, or because God gave him that authority. Still, John kind of gives you a false idea that Jesus could do it himself. And that's why I reject that book. It's a 2nd century fake. John is a 2nd century fake, and I can prove it to you. But most Christians worship the book of John. They love it. They love it. It's so spiritual. But it creates a second God. That's idolatry. And even Satan appears as an angel of light. Remember that. Satan appears as an angel of light. And that's exactly what happened to your book of John. It's a demonic book. It has 90% of good material, maybe, but that 10% is not from God. Okay? So one more time. God resurrected Jesus from the dead. And it's 17-2 or 17-1. Okay? You cannot deny 17 clear verses. Verses 1 or 2 unclear verses in a fake book of John.